Alright guys, in today's video I'm going to show you exactly how to build a lovable extension. Alright, so if you want to build maybe a Chrome extension right inside of Lovable, just watch this video step by step. Let me walk you through exactly how to do it. Okay, so I'm going to take you to step by step. As a matter of fact, I've actually built an extension already, and I'm going to demonstrate it right here in the video. So you want to watch till the end, right? So you want to watch the video to the end, so you're not going to make any mistake whilst making your own extension, right? So most people don't watch till the end, so they end up making a lot of mistakes. So you want to watch to the end. Okay, so first of all, before I begin to show you the prompt, before I demonstrate it on how to make your own extension, I'll just show you one that I've done here before. This right here is a quick note. So if you look right here at my extension at this top right here, you see that I have a quick note. I invented this using, or I created it using Lovable, right? So this is it right here. It was Lovable that made this for me. I gave him a prompt, right, to make a quick note for me. I said here, build a simple Chrome extension called quick note. It should use Chrome manifest v3, and I'm going to explain what this Chrome manifest v3 is and why it's important for your prompts. I'm going to explain in just a minute, but then that's what I told Lovable. And then I said when the user clicks the extension icon, show a small pop-up with a text box where they can type a note and save the button and a clear button as well. So, and all of that. So I also said something like store the note locally so it remains after closing and reopening the pop-up. Yeah, so basically, and all of that, include all required Chrome extension files. It says include all required Chrome extension files, including manifest.json, pop-up HTML, CSS, and Java, blah, 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 blah. So basically, this is actually the prompt that I gave it. I'm going to show you exactly how to make prompts that will give you the exact results that you want. So I asked you to create an extension, and it did. And I'm going to walk you through how to connect the extension to your Chrome extension to activate it here. Okay, so yeah, that's basically what I'm going to show you. So this is the extension that I made. All right, so let me just explain one or two things about Chrome so that you can see. So the Chrome extension, let me explain the things that you need to create your own Chrome extension. All right, so what to include in your Lovable prompts. So this is the Lovable prompt. By the way, guys, if you don't know how to come over to your prompt, let me go back here. This is how it looks like. So this is like one of my projects, and this is how it should look like when you come in. So if you don't know how to access Lovable, just go open a tab on your browser, type in Lovable. Okay, simple, just type in Lovable. All right, once you type in Lovable, you'll see the app right here, lovable.dev. Click on it right here, and then you have access to your Lovable. Okay, it is super simple. So that's basically, if you don't have an account, you can just log in. It's a very easy and simple process. So you come here, if you have a project, you can look here and see your past project. Okay, so that's what I just wanted to explain to you. Now let me explain what are the things you're going to need right inside of Lovable to be able to activate the extension that you want and be able to build it, the prompts that you need, how to build your prompts. All right, so it says, so basically I wrote down here, tell Lovable what you're building. The first thing you need to do is to tell Lovable what you want to build. Okay, so you want to start by clarifying or clearly saying something like build a Chrome extension. Okay, so let me go over to my the one I built. By the way, we are going to build one live, so you're going to see how Lovable works, how to create your Chrome extension. But then I just want to show you like the past one that I've made right here. Okay, all right, so it says here all projects. All right, so it says here all projects. So I'll come down here, so I'll click on it right here, my the extension, the Chrome extension I built. Okay, so it's loading right here, as you can see, the Chrome extension I built. Now here's what I'm trying to explain to you right here. I wrote down here, build a Chrome extension, build a Chrome extension. So this is that's the first thing you need to tell Lovable, to build a Chrome extension for you. So basically, if you come here, you see where I wrote down here, tell Lovable what you're building, which is to clearly state build a Chrome extension. And if you look here, this is what I told. It says build a Chrome extension called Quick Notes. So you can see that he named it Quick Notes. So you want to make sure that you tell it exactly what to build. That's the first thing. And then it says this tells Lovable the project isn't just a normal website. Right? For example, build for example, this is the one I said, build a Chrome extension called Quick Notes. So I'm telling it that it's a Chrome extension, not a normal website. So you want to clarify, right? Start by clarifying what you want it to build for you. That's the first thing. So the second thing is to tell it to use manifest v3. Okay, tell it to use manifest v3. It's very important. This is important because you want to type something like use manifest v3 in the next statement you're going to make in your prompt and the next sentence. Right, so what is manifest v3? Think of manifest v3 or manifest as the extensions instruction and configuration file. Okay, so that's what the manifest v3 is. Think of manifest as an instruction or configuration file. It tells Chrome things like what the extension is called. All right, it tells Chrome things like what the extension is called, what version it is, things like what files they belong to, what permissions it needs, and other things like what type of extension it is. Okay, so that's what the manifest basically is, manifest v3. So yes, so the manifest is stored in a file called manifest.json, JSON. So JSON, right? So manifest.json. I hope that makes sense. So you also want to, like I said, tell it that you should use Chrome manifest v3. Very important, because right now that's mainly what is used to build extensions on Chrome. Right? So once you're done, you also need to understand that Chrome's current extension platform, like I said, is manifest v3. You don't necessarily need to teach okay, this is just a personal note. I'm saying you don't necessarily need to teach your audience how to write JSON themselves. All right, so just tell them, just tell other people to create it. So basically, this is what I wrote to myself. I'm just trying to say, like, you don't have to create a JSON file yourself. Okay, so you don't have to start coding. You don't need any coding or anything like that. Once you tell Lovable to use manifest v3, once you tell it to use Chrome manifest v3, it will use it automatically. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So once you're done, the next thing you need to do is just describe what the extension should actually do. Describe what the extension should actually do. Okay, so this is probably the most important part of the prompt. So you tell Lovable exactly what the user should be able to do. All right, so the person using the extension, tell it what the person should be able to do. Right, for our extension, which is the one I showed you here, this one. Okay, for this extension, when the user clicks the extension icon, show a small pop-up with a text box where they can type a note. All right, a save note button and a clear button. So that's basically what I asked it. So if I come here, you see what I told Lovable. I said show a small pop-up with a text button where they can type a note, right, a save note button and a clear button. All right, that's basically what I told it. So you want to make sure that you are telling Lovable exactly what the user should be able to do. Okay, so yeah, so basically you're basically describing the features. For other extensions, it could be something like this: when the user clicks the extension icon, show a pop-up with a text box screen. So basically what I'm just trying to say is that the third one is that you want to explain what the extension should be able to do. All right, so that's basically what it is. I don't want to take too much of your time, but that's it. And the fourth thing you need to so the fourth step you need to include is that you need to tell Lovable what the interface should contain. All right, the interface. So tell it what the user should see. All right, so for me, I wrote something like create a pop-up containing a text box, a pop-up. So this entire thing is a pop-up, right? So containing a text box. So this whole place, this space you are seeing entirely is a text box. So I asked you to create a text box, and I said create a save button. All right, a save button, which is this one, and then a clear button, which is this other one right here. Okay, so basically you want to tell Lovable what the interface should contain. What do you want the people using the app to see? All right, so you have the things that you want Lovable to do behind the scenes, but at the same time you want Lovable to show the things that you want the audience to see, or the people using the extension. I hope that makes sense. All right, so once you're done with that, we've successfully told it what the extension should do. We've told it what the interface should contain. All right, so yeah, the next thing that we're going to do is that you can also specify things like the button name, right, the color of the button, the layouts, the fonts. So me personally, I did not specify, but if I wanted you to change the button from blue to red or green or whatever, you can also do it as well. You can also ask it to change the color of the button or anything specific. So you will notice that they also gave me like a place to type. So if you look at there's also a prompt section, which means that even after creating the tool, I can come here and make some adjustment and say make the button blue. Okay, make the button blue. the save button blue. I can say something like that, or red. Okay, it's already blue. Let me change it right here. I can say make the save button red, something like that. You understand? And then it will adjust it for me. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, these are the things that you can do. I can say something like use a clean, beginner-friendly interface with a simple layout. Yeah, so basically that's it. So the fifth thing you need to tell Lovable is that you need to tell it how the extension should store and handle information. How it should store, very important. How it should store and handle information. This is where this prompt is included. This is where my original prompt included. Right, so I said something like store the note locally so it remains after closing and reopening the pop-up. So basically what this means, what I told it is where it should store and handle information. So I told it to store and handle the information here, which means that when you click on save, it does not go to any folder or any file. What this save button does, for at least for me, the way I programmed it, it should save here inside of the note. So if I removed it like this, right, if I remove it, I'm doing something else, and I come back here, I come back here and come here, you see that it's still here. The man is cooking, it's still here, right? So what I saved, so that's what I asked it to do. Okay, I hope that makes sense. It says that that's the functional requirement. So you're telling Lovable that the information shouldn't disappear when the pop-up closes. So you want to give it these specific instructions. For a different extension, you may say something like save the user settings locally, or do not store any information, any user information. All right, so yeah, basically you can do that. So the important lesson is this: don't just describe what the extension looks like. Okay, don't just describe what the extension looks like. You want to tell Lovable what should happen when the user interacts with it. Okay, so that's what you need to do. And then finally, number 6, right, you want to tell Lovable to make it ready for Chrome. Right, tell Lovable to make it ready for Chrome. This is the part that made our installation easy, at least for me, because what they did was that it just made it. I just set up. It asked me to download the extension right here. Right, so it just asked me to download the extension right here. So I told it, I said make the project ready to load as an unpacked Chrome extension. I'm going to explain this unpacked Chrome extension in just a minute because it's very important. So these things are very important. Okay, so you need to tell Lovable to make it ready for Chrome. How do you do that? For me, I said something like include all requirements, all required Chrome extension files, including manifest.json, pop-up HTML, CSS, and all of that. So you can just copy my type of prompt and tell it to include all requirements for Chrome files, all required Chrome extension files. So you should include all of them and make the project ready to load as an unpacked Chrome extension. You can add this one as the last thing you are going to paste inside of your prompt. Okay, so you can add it as the last thing you're going to paste inside of your prompt. Very important, so that when you download it, it will give you all the files that you need. So once you have all the files, to be easier for you to go through the next step, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. So yeah, so this tells Lovable to produce an actual extension structure rather than simply creating a web page that looks like an extension. So Lovable is going to give you something that has a manifest.json. You need to pay attention because when you're creating your own, you should see something like this. You should see a manifest.json, you should see a pop-up.html, you should see like a pop-up CSS, you should see something like a pop-up JS, you see like an icon.png. Okay, so these are the things that you need to look out for, especially this one, manifest.json. Alright, so yeah, so these are the things that it gave me. So now let's try and create our exact let's try and create a new extension. Okay, so you're going to watch me do it, and I'm going to show you exactly what to do once you've created it, how to activate it here. Okay, so yeah, so I'm just going to come here, click on create. Alright, so click on create right here, click on create new project. Alright, so now that we're here, I think I have like a prompt, so I have like an idea of something I want to do. Right, so basically what's this one all about? So this one is a word counter. So basically the extension will let users paste and type text and instantly see like a word count, character count, reading time, a clear button, and all of that. So basically that's what the extension I want to build is all about. All right, so like I said, word count. Okay, so these are the things that the users will be able to do with the extension I'm about to create: word count, character count, reading time, and then the clear button. So that's basically it. So this is what I'm going to paste right now inside of Lovable. So it's something like along the lines of build a Chrome extension, like I told you earlier. Build a Chrome extension called word counter. Use Chrome manifest v3, like I told you to say earlier. When the user clicks the extension icon, display a clean pop-up with a large text area where the user can type or paste text. Below the text area, display the total word count, character count, and estimated reading time, and something like that. And then right here I also wrote update all three values automatically whenever the user types or pastes text. Add a clear button that removes all text and resets the counter to 0. Right, so as you can see, I'm following the pattern I taught you. All right, so these are the steps that I taught you earlier. I'm following the pattern. If you observe, I also wrote down here: use a simple, clean, beginner-friendly interface that fits inside a Chrome extension pop-up. Now the last one I told you to always include all required Chrome extension file. You always want to add this one: include all required Chrome extension files, including manifest.json, pop-up HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Make the project ready to load as an unpacked Chrome extension. I'm going to talk about this unpacked Chrome extension in just a minute. And it says here, I wrote down here, do not require any external API or backend services. So this is what we're going to copy and paste. So let's see what Lovable will do for us. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Let's see if Lovable loves us enough. That was a joke. So yeah, so I'm going to click on it right here, and then the work will begin. It will take some time, but let's see. So this is usually, in case you're doing it, so you'll not be surprised, this is usually how the step is. So it will take some time to process the information, right? It will take some time to load what has been said. All right, so sometimes it might take a little bit of time because it's actually processing right now. All right, so okay, so you can see these are the steps that you're going to go through. It's going to process the whole thing. It says here it is thinking. All right, so it says thinking. It says reviewing extension scope and UI plan. So basically, this is what you should expect. All right, so we're just going to give it some time. All right, so once it's done, then we're going to come down here. We're going to give it some time to adjust everything. So I'm going to come back when it's done right here. It says thought for 7 seconds. I'll build the word counter Chrome extension with MV3, package it for unpacked loading, and add a simple download page. Yes. So as you can see, like it's building it. So this is what we expect. Right, so yeah, this is what we expect right here. So it's building it right here, as you can see. I just thought to show it to you that it's building it right here. Alright guys, so as you can see, it's completely done. Alright, so it's done with whatever it was doing, and here is our word counter. Okay, so this is it right now. Now it has given us instruction. It says here a clean Chrome extension that counts words, characters, and estimate reading time as you type. So it says here live words, character, blah blah blah. So it basically just telling me the instructions I gave it, that it obeyed all my instructions, right? So what you need to do next is that you need to come down here. It says here download extension. So download the extension in the form of zip. So right here it says here below it says here install as unpacked. So it says unzip. It will give you the instruction. So basically that's what I'm trying to tell you. It will give you the instruction of what to do. It says here unzip the downloaded file. It says open Chrome extension, enable developer mode. I'm going to show you where this developer mode is in just a minute. And then it says click load unpack and select folder. So let's walk through it. So first thing we need to do is to download this extension. Okay, so we are going to download this Chrome extension right here. So I click on download the extension right here. So you just download it right here. Okay, so we'll come down here. Once it's done, it's done. So I just come open it. So here's what I'm going to do. Let me widen like here. I'm just going to come here, create a folder. I'll call it, this word extension. So I'll call it word counter extension. So that's exactly what I'm going to call it. Okay, then I'm going to take this file. Now you don't have to anyway, but I just want to, so it will just be arranged inside a particular folder. So I just put it inside this folder, come here, then extract it, come here to extract here. I see, to extract everything for us in just a minute. Okay, so yeah, so it has extracted it. Remember what I told you, the file should contain, the folders or the zip folder should contain manifest.json, it should contain popup.css, should contain html, should contain popup.js. okay, so I told you that that's what you should expect. So based on our previous Chrome extension that we built, this is something similar. So now that you've done this, I can exit this. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to come over to my Chrome extension. Okay, click on the three dots at the top right, come down here to extensions. Okay, come down here to extension, come down here to manage extension. All right, once you're here, you want to come to the top right. Under manage extension. You see where it says developer mode. Okay, so if you remember very well, one of the instructions it says here, it says enable developer mode. So once you come to your Chrome extension right here, like I said, come over to extension, manage extensions, right? You will see the developer mode right here, developer mode. So you want to activate it, toggle it on. So if I remove it right here, you will notice that some features will disappear. If I toggle it on right here, you notice, if I toggle it on, you'll see that this load unpack that it says, the next step, which is the load unpack, is going to pop up right here. Okay, so this load unpack is what helps us activate extensions that we built on our own. Okay, so this developer mode helps us put in extensions, right, that we built on our own inside of these extensions right here, to add them to the other extensions that we have here, right? So it is this developer mode that allows us to add extensions that we built on our own. So right now that you're here, you want to come down here to where it says load unpacked. Click on load unpacked. We'll come back here to download. We'll come here to word counter. So if you click on the word counter, you will not see any file. Remember when we did it, when we extracted it, we had like different files inside, but now there's no file inside, which is fine, because what this unpacked load unpack is looking for is the folder where the extension is, not necessarily the files. Okay, it's just the folder. So you just want to come to the folder itself, click on the folder, and then click on select. Okay, click on folder, click on select. That's it. So you see that it just appeared here. My word counter appeared here just now. All right, so super amazing, right? So it's here. So now what we're going to do is that you want to make sure that it's toggled on. Okay, you want to make sure that it's toggled on, and then we'll come down here to our extension, look for it right here. So you see the word counter, we'll come here, pin it right here, and we'll click on it right here. Okay, so let's copy a statement. So we'll come back here, let's look for any statement that we have here. We'll copy it. Let's see. We'll come here, paste it right here, and let's see. So boom, as you can see right here. So we have the words, the amount of words is 122 number of words. We have characters, we have 756 number of characters, and then we have like a 37 seconds read time, and then we can clear text, right? You can clear text and paste another thing right here. So you can see that this is how the Chrome extension works, right? So this is basically how I did mine, and you can, don't forget the step-by-step instruction I gave you, that if you want to create a Chrome extension, if you want to build an extension, I gave you these 6 steps. Don't forget the 6 steps that I gave you, right? The first one right here is to teach Lovable what you're building, which is a Chrome extension. The second one is to tell it to use the manifest v3. You want it to use Chrome manifest v3. You want to tell it to use Chrome manifest v3. The third thing you need to do is that you need to tell it, describe what the extension should actually do, which is the function of the extension. Okay, then the next thing you want to do, which is the fourth thing, is that you want to tell Lovable what the interface should look like. All right, so what the interface should look like, what should the user see, what should the user see. That's basically what the interface means. And then the fifth thing you want to tell it inside of your prompt, you want to tell Lovable inside of your prompt, is that you want to tell it how the extension should store and handle information. All right, so right here you can see that this one, there's nothing that is being saved right here. So there's nothing that is being saved into my files, my documents, my file extension, or anything like that. Everything starts and ends in the extension right here. everything starts and ends in the extension right here. Okay, so the moment I clear this one, everything here is gone. If I remove it right and put it here, the data is still saved. So that's what I mean. So you want to tell it how it should store and handle information. Then the sixth thing, you want to tell Lovable to make it ready for Chrome. Make it ready for Chrome. Which the way you should do it, you tell it to include all required Chrome extension files, including like your manifest JSON, pop-up HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. All right. So that's basically it. So I believe I've showed you exactly how to build a Lovable extension. All right. So do well to like this video if you got any value, and also subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. We make videos like this to help you out. Okay, so subscribe to this channel, and with that being said, I'll see you in the next video.